There is pee all over the walls. There is pee all over the floor. There is pee all over the trash can. There is pee all over the door handle of the bathroom. And not only that, the hand towel is crusty! They didn't want the VTuber going down in the other bedrooms. She expected me to take it back to my hotel room and make like a pair of like preschool scissors. You guys ready for the Weebcon tea? You guys ready? Yeah. So first of all, we started off with almost missing our flight. I'm flying in to Minneapolis. My freaking plane, initially trying to take off, delayed 3 different times. Delayed. And it was because, like,
I gotta tell you,
they didn't defrost the plane. Like, is that a thing? You don't hit that defrost button on the plane and all of a sudden we're not going? Listen, I'm not a pilot. I don't know how that works. But anyway, I'm initially supposed to have like a 40-minute layover. No siree. Nope. 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 I get there. I land. And I have to run. I tell you what, it's a good thing that I started this whole fitness journey thing. You know why? Because like I had to run at top speeds. At top speeds. I am like beep, beep, meow, 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 running with like a really heavy backpack, and I'm speeding because like my freaking terminal was like all the way across the airport, so people were looking at me weird, and I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I've got to make my freaking flight. So I finally get there, and my flight, it's supposed to like leave at 11:55. I get there at 11:54. I go to the lady and she says, oh, is it for ChaCha? And I said, yeah, that's me. Oh, honey, I don't think that they're gonna let you on. And I'm like, please, 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 please let me on, please let me on, please. Please, you don't understand. Please, 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 please let me on, let me on. She goes in. She starts talking to people. She comes out and she says, honey, here you go. Here you go. Go on in. Get on in. I literally go to sit down. 2 minutes later, the plane's taking off. Dang, I know. Normally they don't do that. Crazy, right? Based. The doors were closed. Dude, I was so blessed. Yeah. Close call. The lady was so nice to me because, like, they usually don't do that sort of thing. I was just like, no, let me on. Let me on. Let me in. So I got in. I got on. And then we landed in Dallas. I got to my hotel. I checked in. And then, like, as soon as I got ready and freshened up, whatever. I got my hair done. My hair was in luscious, beautiful curls. Gorgina. Okay? And then right after, I go to the party. This party. Big house. Really nice place that we are renting out for this party. So I show up, I'm looking mad cute, and I'm investigating the house because I'm one of the first people that have arrived at this house party, right? 100 people show up at this house party. There's one bathroom. There's one bathroom. There's one bathroom. It was occupied all night long. All night long. There was constantly a line for the bathroom.
oh,
And not only that, alcohol is a diuretic. So what are people doing? Peeing constantly. It was crazy, okay? Somebody gets Baja blasted in like the first 30 minutes of the party. ChaCha didn't know about the second bathroom? No, that's not true. Every single door was locked. All the bedroom doors were locked because they didn't want people having any hanky-panky. They didn't want the VTuber going down in the other bedrooms, okay? Just go in the bush. There were no bushes. There were no bushes. I was literally telling other dudes, I'm like, if I had a Pinot, I'd be going outside. I would have straight up gone peed outside if I had a peenor, but I did not. Somebody had gotten Baja Blasted drunk in the first 30 minutes of the party, okay? They go to use the bathroom. They're in there for 20 minutes. The line accumulates. He finally leaves the bathroom. I'm the next one to use the bathroom. There is pee all over the walls. There is pee all over the floor. There is pee all over the trash can. There is pee all over the door handle of the bathroom. And not only that, the hand towel is crusty! I leave the bathroom. LXOX is about to go into the bathroom next. And I say, L, do not use the hand towel.
Always love you.
It's crusty.
*_
If you need
subscribed.
to use anything, please don't wash your hands. I've got hand sanitizer in my purse. Please use that. Ella's also drunk at this point. She comes out and her hands are wet and she's shaking her hands. She's like, I didn't use the towel because it was really crusty. And I said, Elle, I said that. I said not to touch the towel. Did you touch the towel? She touched the towel. I pulled out hand sanitizer and then I was like, I've got some hand sanitizer for you. She's like, no, it's okay. I'm drying my hands now. And I said, did you touch the door handle? She says, yeah. There was pee on the door handle, Elle. There was pee on the door handle, Elle. And so I sprayed her hands with hand sanitizer. Anyway, as the night proceeds, someone who I will not name also got blasted and threw up all over the couch. The pristine white cloth couch. So anyway, Elle and Mega, because Mega was also at the party, they're like, ooh, there's a pool and a hot tub. Elle had already brought a swimsuit. So she was getting like ready and she was like undressed and she was in her swimsuit. I follow them outside and we're talking. Mega is in yoga pants and she sits down on the edge of the hot tub. She doesn't care. She's like, F it. She was wasted, Elle was wasted, and Elle was in the pool. She was like swimming around in the hot tub. Mega was sitting on the side and Elle is like, ChaCha, get in. And I was like, girl, I don't have a swimsuit. And she says, just Uber a swimsuit, ChaCha, just Uber one. I'm like, I'm not Ubering a swimsuit, what the heck? And I'm like, you know what? I'm actually wearing a bodysuit underneath this and I'll just get in. I'll just take off all my clothes, but I'll leave my bodysuit on. And it looks like a pleather sort of lacy bodysuit. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll just use that and I'll get in the hot tub. So my booty is exposed, but whatever, it's fine. I sit in the hot tub and I'm joining the girls and we're kikiing and we're talking and it's a lot of fun. Well, anyway, I'm not drunk. By the way, BT dubs, guys, I am not drunk at this party. I don't drink, period. And I've explained why in the past, but like I don't drink. So anyway, I'm one of the few sober people at this party, and I'm sitting at inside of the hot tub, and I had my first experience with a VTuber. Okay, so listen, what happened was there was a bunch of June bugs in the hot tub. Another girl came over and scooped up all the June bugs and put them in the pool. And so Elle thought it would be hilarious, and she took a bunch of June bugs and she started putting them on the side of the cement of like by the hot tub and started making them have. She started piling them on top of each other. She was grouping them together and making them copulate. And I was like, this is my very first like big VTuber party, and this is it. So Elle has 3 of them together. The one underneath the one on top gets out and he's like, nah, I'm not gay. And he starts like crawling to his death. And he like throws himself back into the pool slowly. Another June bug is like, oh, hey, look, free food, and he's eating cake. And Ella's like, oh, look, he's so happy. He's gonna go eat some cake. Meanwhile, the one who wasn't getting action, another one was like, yo, I want some. And so he goes over there, and they start... And I was like, Elle, you can't play The Sims with June bugs. Look at what you've done now. So that's the Fifi was talking about. There definitely was an that happened at the party, but it was with bugs. We're getting ready to wrap up the party, and Nikita, the guy who's like, you know, running the whole party, is like, we only have 30 seconds to clean, sorry, not 30 seconds, we only have 30 minutes to clean up the house, and then everyone has to be out. Like, everyone needed to be like done and out by like 11:30. We're getting out of the tub, we're getting, you know, dressed again. And nobody's cleaning up. Nobody's taking initiative. A ton of people are Baja blasted. So I said, F it. I'll be the mom. I'll do it myself. So I go over to the kitchen. I start grabbing black trash bags. I find guys that are taller than me. And I say, you, trash bag. You, trash bag. You, trash bag. And then I start taking trash and I start putting things in the trash. Okay? And then I'm like, you start taking the food and put it over on that counter so that we can clean this main table. And then a few other VTubers came up to me and said, ChaCha, what should I do? You go clean that table. You get somebody, go clean off everything from there, start throwing things away. Somebody else, Mom, what should I clean up? Oh, clean that table over there. Mom, what do I clean? Go upstairs, make sure that everything is clean from the upstairs pool table area and stuff like that. And at this point, people are asking me questions and, you know, asking what they should clean and figuring things out. It was so funny. And another VTuber comes up to me
little cutie
and is
pie.
like, man, you really are like the mom VTuber. I'm like, yeah. It was really funny. So anyway, we were able to get everything clean in time. Somebody took like 5 boxes of bread. I don't know where they went, but they collected 5 boxes of the garlic bread and just absconded with it. Anyway, so everything got collected, everything got cleaned up. The day was saved. And then we start Ubering to back to Weebcon, back to the Gaylord Resort. So we get there, and everyone's getting ready to go to the after party. Okay, so there was the party after the party, which was a smaller party because the main party was like 100 people. This other party's like 25 people. So 25, 30 people. It's something like that. It's significantly smaller, but it's supposed to happen at like this presidential suite. So we're at the hotel and it's midnight 30 and we're waiting for people to come back, Ubering with their rides and waiting. So I'm over with Suto over at the bar. She's talking to this girl that she just met. She is this blonde, skinny girl. She's like 115 pounds. She's wearing this really pretty satin dress. She's holding a glass of wine. And Suto is talking to her and then Suto's like, oh, I have to leave. Let me go. So then I'm talking to her because I heard that she, as I was overhearing, that she is like a marketing manager for like Buffalo Wild Wings and Taco Bell. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, this is great. I've always wanted to get like a sponsorship for Taco Bell and whatever. I'm like, wait, could you hook a sister up? And she's like, oh, absolutely. Yeah, I could definitely do that for you. And I was like, oh, freaking sweet. Add me on Instagram. So I get my ChaChaYourVmom, you know, account and I add her on Instagram. She adds me back. We're talking. And she's like, yeah, I'm here until Saturday. I'm staying with my dad. She was like, why is everyone here at this convention? What's happening? What's going on? I said, well, it's called Weebcon. A bunch of streamers are here and cosplayers, people that like anime, voice actors in Japan and English and stuff like that. It's been a really big deal.
Mama
and she's like, oh, that's so cool. I like anime, like I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm like, oh, that's so based. We start talking back and forth. And she's like, so tell me a little bit about you. And I was like, oh, well, I'm a streamer, but I'm also a mom. I have 4 kids. And she's like, oh, how old are you? I dox my real life age.
21.
And she says, oh, I'm 23. I'm like, oh, you're really young. Like, it's really cool that like you're doing marketing and stuff for Taco Bell and whatever. And she's like, we're still talking and I'm like, oh, do you like any books? That sort of thing. She looks at me and she pauses and like she's looking at me for a while. And she says, do you like the lady in red? And I was like, what is that? What's the lady in red? And she doesn't answer me at first. She takes her hand and she puts it on my arm. And she says, it's just like this covert way of basically trying to flirt with you. You're freaking kidding with me. You're freaking kidding with me.
Fated_Grim.
Right in the middle of my story! Do you get dehydrated a lot, need a drink that won't break the bank? Then you should get Gamersupps. They believe in traditional American values, like anime girl guys. It's caffeine-free and caffeinated in 2 kinds of tubs. Gamersupps improved my social life, and now I can stop seeing people in the mirror. Popular flavors include Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000, Sweet 6-Pack, Blowhole Blast, and Sploosh. Use discount ChaCha at checkout for 10% off. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. I'm basically, you know, trying to like say that I'm flirting with you. I think you're really attractive. And I was like, and so I changed the subject. And we're talking about other things. And she, you have to understand, I've never been like hit on like this in my entire life. She's just staring at me and she's like, you're so beautiful. I am so like insanely attracted to you. You're gorgeous. And I'm beet red at this point. And I'm just like, you know, basically trying to like talk about work and Taco Bell and everything. I'm like, how do I save myself from this? I want a Taco Bell sponsorship, but I don't want to eat her taco. Like, come on, guys. Like, what do I do? What do I do? She's over here mixing business and pleasure. It's the craziest thing. And then she says, I realized that I told you my name, but I never got yours. And I was like, oh, my name is ChaCha. And she looks at me. And she says, but is that your real name? And I said, no, it's my stage name. And I swear, I've never had someone simp for me like this. Like, you don't understand. Like, she was very blunt. She was very blunt. The wine she was drinking made her real loose. Because I swear, she was like, she looks me dead in the eyes. And she puts on the most cutesy voice. Can I know your real name? And she's like, homegirl was like, I was like, I have 4 kids. She was like, homegirl was like, mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. You know what I mean? I had my wedding ring on and that was not a deterrent. She was really pretty. She was really attractive. But like, she told me that her dad was staying with her. She expected me to take it back to my hotel room and make like a pair of like preschool scissors. I freaking swear. I didn't realize I could pull women. The thing is RIP the freaking top. Dude, after the 3rd time she told me that she thought I was so attractive, I was like, how many glasses of wine have you drunk? And she's like, oh, this is my 3rd. Why? Am I acting like crazy? And I was like, no, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. But like, I had to give Suto the eyes. I was like, you know, like the save me eyes. Suto, save me! Suto, save me! Save me! And I'm so sorry. I've got to go see my friend. She's over there. It was so nice meeting you, Redacted. And she's like, you're going to like a party and everything. And I was like, yeah, I hope you have a great night. I hope you have a great convention. It was nice to meet you, Redacted. And this was all on Thursday. You had all that aura saved up? I guess so. Well, I partied at the after party until like 2:30 in the morning, but then I was like, it's 2:30 in the morning. It's time to go. It's time to get gone. And I went to bed. woke up early. My hair at that point was completely fried. And when I mean fried, like it was humid. It's humid in Texas. So my hair went from like really pretty, nice curls that I did at the beginning of the day to like a frizzaster. It was a frizzaster, man. It was horrible. And so I got a blowout the next day for my hair. And I was like in pin curls. I went to Buc-ee's. I did. I got the beaver nuggets. I got a really nice fake Stanley cup. I got like some fresh jerky. My hair was crazy at the Buc-ee's. I had the pin curled hair. It was wild. I hated my hair all con. Dude, it was crazy. It was wild. My mods set up an escape room for me to do. And we did that, and it was wild. It was so much fun. I took all of my mods to Six Flags on Saturday. We had a mod dinner at a Mexican place. That was a lot of fun. Very high morale day for the mods. It was great. Oh, I taught them how to play a card game called Oh Heck. And then we played like Cards Against Humanity. So we had a lot of fun on Saturday. Another story. Okay, this is really good stuff. I am in an Uber with Suto and Tricky. And Tricky and I, we've talked and we've collabed a little bit. But like we haven't really gotten a chance to like hang out. Tricky's really fun in person. Anyway, so we are like Ubering over to like the Japanese barbecue place. And beforehand, I had gotten an Uber. And Tricky had gotten an Uber as well. And like we checked the times and like we had both gotten an Uber for like the same time to go to this Japanese barbecue place. And so Tricky and I have to like rock, paper, scissors to see who gets to pay for the Uber. And I freaking lost. I was so mad, so I had to cancel my Uber. And so we get into Tricky's Uber. We get there to the Japanese restaurant. And she freaking pays for the meal too. I was like, no, I got it. And she was like, no, ChaCha, I won the rock, paper, scissors. So I get to pay for both. And I was like, dag freaking nabbit, Tricky. So we're going to this bar afterwards. I get the Uber. For going to this other bar that we're all going to. I am going to tell one of these stories. It's a little messy. I'm not naming who, I'm not naming what, but I need to tell you one of these stories because it's tea. Another VTuber mentions how cute the waiter is at the Japanese barbecue place. Meanwhile, me and Tricky get into a car. We're Ubering to this bar, okay? To meet up with Fifi and Suto and a bunch of other people. Keep in mind, you know, it's none of us. But anyway, as we're driving to this bar, me and Tricky start hitting it up. And for whatever reason, we both start getting into like a Southern Louisianan accent and we start role playing. And it was the funniest of my whole life. It was so funny. We are not breaking character at all. Poor guy in the front. Dude, the guy in the front didn't see this coming. I don't know, it was wild. The guy driving, he gets a phone call from this surfer dude, okay? So surfer dude guy's like, hey, is there a pair of like shoes? I left my shoes in your car. Could you like save them until like Friday? Cause like I'm not available until then, but like my shoes are in your car. Tricky and I have named ourselves Barbara and Elma. And I said, can you believe this, Barbara? Some guy took off his shoes, spreading his toes out, his little piggly wigglies out on the air conditioner dash. And she's like, that's disgusting, Elma. Like, it was so funny. Anyway, so we get to the bar and we haven't stopped breaking character. Okay, we're at this bar, and she's like, Elma, I need to use the bathroom. And I said, well, we're sisters and we always stick together, so we're gonna go into the bathroom, you know, together as a family. So we go into the bathroom. She's peeing on the toilet. And I'm absolutely unhinged at this point. Keep in mind, I am not drunk. I have not had a drop to drink. I am just absolutely unhinged. I see this brown wooden bowl full of pillow mints and this canister full of tampons. And I say, Barbara, give me your backpack. And she's like, but my is out. And I'm like, dagnabbit, Barbara, if you don't give me your purse this ding dang minute. And she's like, all right. And so I take her backpack, I open it up, and I proceed to take as many pillow mints as possible and stuff it into her bag. And like I take like a third of the tampons and like shove them into the backpack. I said, I can't believe they're such idiots. They're leaving all this free stuff out in the open in this economy. Well, we're taking them with us. This is way cheaper than the Piggly Wiggly. And she says, and the Walmart. I say, darn tootin', we're gonna take all these with us. And so I zip up her bag and we're heading out to go to the back. And we sit down with everybody else. How did you not film this? Listen, we're bonding. Like me and Tricky were bonding. This was so much fun for the both of us. We were so annoying. I think everyone was just so annoyed by us because we went on like this for 2 hours. For 2 hours, we were in character. It was insane. And so I'm sitting next to Fifi. Tricky's sitting next to me, and I look at Fifi and I say, Fifi! 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 She's not listening. She's not listening to me. Suto! 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 And she's like, what, ChaCha? What is it? I said, I have a secret to tell you, but you gotta keep it down! And she's like, what the frick are you on about, ChaCha? I open up the backpack and I was like, I want you to make sure you don't tell anybody, not a singular soul, you hear? But we went into the bathroom together, me and Barbara. And I took all the pillow mints. Do you want one? And she's like, ChaCha, what? And I was like, well, if you're on your period, I don't know if you're on your period, Suto, but like, we have a bunch of tampons here that we collected from the bathroom as well. All right. And you know, Tricky's like, I need 3 of them right now. And I was like, dagnabbit, Barbara. No one needs to know how bad your flow is. So anyway, we were rolling on. Somebody else was like, have you done like GTA roleplay? I was like, never in my life. It was so funny. Okay, remember the part, how are you the sober one? Me and Tricky were the craziest people and I was sober. It was so funny. It was so funny. Anyway, remember the part where I said that there was a waiter at the Japanese barbecue place and how one of the VTubers in our party said that he was really cute? He showed up to the bar. On invitation. We found out he was 21. We cradle robbing? Like, it was crazy. So I will not say who picked him up. But later that evening, he was seen at the hotel with said VTuber. Anyway, I don't think I'll be back at Weebcon. I had an amazing experience. I had such fun hanging out with people. You guys remember Brycey, right? Jimmy here's roommate. Bryce, Jimmy here. You guys remember? I met Bryce for the first time. He's so freaking cool. We were chilling. We were laughing. We had so much fun. He was great. I met him. Suto and Fifi were amazing. I got to hang out with Tricky. I hung out with Jane. Like, there were so many cool people to like just chill and talk to. It was a great time. I loved my experience making and forming and bonding with people. It was awesome. So this is what I think about Weebcon. great convention, but I think that their security was really, really lacking. In no world should it be okay to stack the VTubers and fans in the same hotel. There were 3 separate instances of stalking that happened over the weekend. And it was incredibly dangerous. It was bad. We had like one guy patrolling the halls looking for specific VTubers. It was very risky. I went with like a moderator team. I wasn't worried about my safety, to be honest. But like I did feel for like a few friends, you know, that definitely have stalkers. And like, it was a really dangerous situation for them. And it was a joke, honestly. Yeah, I thought that the security was a joke. I didn't really think that they were looking out for VTubers in that way. The other issue that I had was that they screwed over Gamersupps. Due to other instances in the past, they don't want other vendors coming in and selling drinks because they've had instances of like people putting things in other drinks and stuff like that. The problem is that Gamersupps was not aware of this until after they had set up their booths. And then they are told, yeah, you can't sell the sups in Gamersupps. When we went to TwitchCon, they had tons and tons and tons of tubs, and they had like free sample dispensers, okay? And you could like try out the samples, you could buy tubs, that sort of thing. They weren't allowed to sell tubs at Weebcon, and they weren't allowed to give out free samples. So they could still sell merch, like shirts and clothing, whatever, apparel, and they could sell V-card, but like they basically took their bread and butter away to make money at the convention. Good. I didn't have any like negative experiences with like fans. It was very positive. My community is really nice. Very sweet, very good. I will say that I was really surprised to see a few cutie pies bring some naked fan art of me to sign. That was wild. So someone had made this fan art of like me without my clothes on. Like it was babobas. My bobas out. My bobas were out. So my babobas were out and perky and gorgeous art. But I had a few cutie pies bring them and like, will you sign this? And I was like, sure, that's fine. But like I had to stare at the art. Like, I wonder who made this. So anyway, I signed the naked ChaCha art and it was fine. It was fine. But I sold a signed chancla. Somebody bought a chancla for $100 signed. It was crazy. It was wild. Yeah, one of the cutie pies bought that. Yeah, I saw that on the table. I had 2 of them. Only one of them got sold. So at the next con that I go to, I'll sell another chancla. It was too powerful. Yeah, for $100. The problem that I had that it was $100 cash. People wanted to buy the merch, but I didn't have Stripe or Square set up in time. It was a last minute sort of thing. So I had to tell people like, oh, like if you want merch, it's gonna have to be cash. The mods worked really, really hard. So, Vox was a really good cameraman. Dude, Vox was the GOAT. He was my PA for like everything. On the last day of the con, I told him, hey Vox, I need you to schedule an appointment for 3 massages for me and Fifi and Suto on the last day of the con. And so he researched like 3 different places and he's like, okay, this one has like really good reviews. This one has like the best prices and they can do like deep tissue and hot stone and da-da-da, and they can also do a facial for this amount of money. And I was like, freaking sweet. And so I took Suto and Fifi for their birthdays to get massages. And it was so cute. It was so cute, dude. So we got, you know, hot stone massages and facials. And I got my massage done by the owner of the salon. And she and I were just kikiing it up during the massage. And then I told her like, hey, I would really appreciate if you would let me pay for all of the massages. Like, don't tell them. I will take care of the whole thing because it's their birthdays, and like I really want to spoil them. So I made sure to pay for the massages and everything because, dude, they both needed it. It was stressful for both of them. Suto especially because she was working the con so hard. She was selling a bunch of prints, gorgeous art, but like she was super stressed out. Like I kept coming back to her and like, you know, Suto, like, can I get you anything? She's like, yeah, I could use some water. I went and I got her 3 bottles of water. I was like, you know, if there's anything else that you need, she's like, my throat hurts. I'm like, I got some throat lollipop stuff for your throat. I got her snacks. I helped with the takedown with her booth and everything. I love Suto. She's amazing. She's incredible. She's such a sweet friend. I love her. I adore her. So I was really happy that I got to like serve both of them in some kind of capacity. I just appreciate both of them in such a huge way. So I'm glad that we got to hang out and like really like just, I don't know, bond and form friendship because that was, I don't know, it was really important to me. I loved it. And so I told them, yeah, like we need to like hang out more and do more stuff. And so anyway, it was a great con experience overall, but I think it was because of the fans and the people there. So I think that really just made all the difference. I just don't think I could do it at that convention, just due to the security and everything. I just don't think, or at least I couldn't stay at the hotel, not with all the fans and everything. So, because I don't want to put myself at risk in any way. I'd probably have to stay at like an Airbnb, but also if they continue to instill that rule where Gamersupps can't like serve their drinks, then Gamersupps won't be able to go. And the thing is Gamersupps has such amazing security for meet and greets. And if for whatever reason, like my moderators can't help me out, like Gamersupps is like the go-to safe place for streamers to do meet and greets at cons. They were like the freaking goat. My mods too. My mods absolutely the goat. But like, yeah, it's one of those things too. And I'm glad. Honestly, I'm so glad we did massages at the end because it was a fun but stressful con. Most people were like going to bed at like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning because of parties, and then waking up at like 7 a.m.